Imagine a website with only words. Boring. Images make the web fun. They're like decorations for a party. Pictures tell stories. They show us places and faces. We use images on websites and emails and on our phones. Without images, the internet would be very dull. We need pictures to make things interesting. It's science. HTML is the language of the web. It's the backbone of every website you visit, the unsung hero that structures and presents content in a way that browsers can understand and display. Without HTML, the web as we know it wouldn't exist. It tells your browser what to show. Every element you see on a web page, from text to images to links, is there because HTML instructed the browser to place it there. It's like a set of blueprints for a building, guiding the construction of the final product. To add an image, we use the tag. It's like magic. With just a few lines of code, you can bring a web page to life with visuals that enhance the user experience and convey information more effectively than text alone. The tag is special. Unlike other tags that require both an opening and a closing tag, the tag stands alone. This makes it unique and incredibly efficient for embedding images directly into your HTML documents. It doesn't need a closing tag. This is because the tag is self-closing, meaning it contains all the information needed within a single tag. This simplicity is part of what makes HTML so powerful and easy to use. It's all alone, but it does big things. Despite its simplicity, the tag can have a huge impact on the look and feel of a web page. Images can capture attention, convey complex ideas quickly, and add aesthetic appeal. Think of the tag as a picture frame. Just like a frame holds a picture, the tag holds an image. But just like a frame needs a picture to display, the tag needs to know which image to show. We need to tell it what picture to show. This is done using the SRC attribute, which stands for source. The SRC attribute specifies the path to the image you want to display, whether it's stored locally on your server or hosted somewhere else on the web. That's where attributes come in. Attributes provide additional information about an element, and in the case of the tag, they are essential. Besides ASRC, you can use attributes like alt to provide alternative text for screen readers, width and height to control the size of the image, and title to give a tooltip when the user hovers over the image. These attributes make the tag versatile and powerful, allowing you to customize how images are displayed and improve accessibility for all users. The SRC attribute tells the tag where to find the image. It stands for source. The SRC attribute needs a URL. A URL is like an address for a picture on the internet. We put the URL inside double quotes after SRC=. For example, sometimes images don't load. Maybe the internet is slow. Maybe the URL is wrong. That's when the alt attribute steps in. The alt attribute provides alternative text. It tells people what the image is about, even if they can't see it. It's important for accessibility. Screen readers use alt text to help people with disabilities understand images. Section 5. Sizing things up. Width and height. Images come in different sizes. We can use the width and height attributes to resize them on our web page. We specify the width and height in pixels. A pixel is a tiny dot on the screen. More pixels mean a bigger image. For example. Section 6. Styling with CSS. Making images. Pop. CSS is like makeup for websites. It makes them look pretty. We can use CSS to style our images. We can add borders, margins, and padding to images. We can even change their shape and position. CSS gives us the power to make our images look exactly how we want. It's like having a magic wand. Section 7. Borders for images. Like picture frames. Borders are like frames for our images. They can make them stand out on the page. We can use the border property in CSS to add borders to our images. We can choose the color, thickness, and style of the border. For example, this will add a 3-pixel wide solid black border to all images on the page. Section 8. Floating images text around pictures. Sometimes we want text to wrap around our images. This is called floating. We can use the float property in CSS to float our images left or right. The text will flow around the image on the opposite side. Floating images can make our web pages look more dynamic and interesting. It's a neat trick. Section 9. Display property, inline versus block. In web development, understanding the difference between inline and block level elements is crucial for creating well-structured and visually appealing web pages. Images are usually displayed inline. Inline elements, such as images, span only as much width as necessary and do not force a new line in the document flow. This means they sit on the same line as text, like a word. Inline elements are perfect for embedding within paragraphs or other text containers, allowing for a seamless flow of content. But we can change that using the display property in CSS. The display property is a powerful tool in CSS that allows developers to alter how elements are rendered on the page. We can make images block-level elements, which means they take up the whole line. Block-level elements, unlike inline elements, always start on a new line and take up the full width available, stretching out to the left and right as far as they can. The display property gives us more control over how images are positioned on the page. It's all about layout. By changing the display property, we can dictate whether an element behaves as an inline or block-level element, or even as other types like inline block or flex. This flexibility is essential for responsive design, ensuring that web pages look good on all devices, from mobile phones to large desktop monitors. For instance, setting an image to display as a block-level element can be useful when you want it to stand out and occupy its own space, perhaps as a featured image or a banner. Conversely, keeping it inline might be better for icons or small images that complement the text. Understanding and utilizing the display property effectively can greatly enhance the user experience, making your web pages more intuitive and visually appealing. So, next time you're working on a web project, remember the power of the display property and how it can transform your layout. Section 10. Real-world examples. Images in action. Images are everywhere on the web. We use them for logos, product photos, illustrations, and more. Think about your favorite websites. They all use images to enhance the user experience and convey information. Images are an essential part of web design. They make the web a more visually appealing and engaging place. Section 11. Conclusion. Images make the web go round. Images are important. They are the lifeblood of the internet, making websites not only more attractive, but also more engaging and informative. Without images, the web would be a much duller place. They add visual interest, convey information, and enhance the user experience. Think about the last time you visited a website. What caught your eye first? Chances are, it was an image. Images can draw users in, guide them through content, and even evoke emotions. They are a powerful tool in the hands of web developers and designers. We learned how to add images using the tag and style them with CSS. The tag is a fundamental element in HTML, allowing us to embed images into our web pages seamlessly. By using attributes like src to specify the image source and alt to provide alternative text, we ensure that our images are accessible to all users, including those using screen readers. We also explored different image attributes and properties. For instance, we can control the size of images using the width and height attributes, or make them responsive with CSS properties like max width and height auto. Additionally, we can add borders, shadows, and other stylistic elements to make our images stand out. Now you can add images to your own web pages and make them awesome. By combining HTML and CSS, you have the tools to create visually appealing and functional websites. Remember to optimize your images for the web to ensure fast loading times and a smooth user experience. Tools like image compressors can help reduce file sizes without compromising quality. Remember, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Keep on learning. The world of web development is vast and ever-evolving. By mastering the use of images, you are well on your way to becoming a proficient web developer. Continue to experiment, explore new techniques, and stay updated with the latest trends. Happy coding!